our 18 or 24 inch PWST that's going to be quantified and supplied by Building Products for your rear covered porches. So this is specifically for our EPEs. We're then going to install corrosion resistant flashing that's going to be supplied by our deck contractor. So our 24 inch PWST or our 18 inch PWST, who knows why we have two different sizes? It's based on your floor system, right? So if you have a 2x10 floor system or if you have a 2x12 or 11 7/8 JSI on that, okay? So that's why you have either 18 or 24. 18 typically for your product, for Ryan, you should be seeing 18, okay? Then we also have 24 inch. It's the same principle as our front porches, and then you'll get 6 inches on each side additional. So you get 1 foot longer than what your deck is. So if you have a 20 foot deck off the back, you'll get 21 feet, 6 inches carried. How far down does that tape need to come beyond that top of foundation?
1 inch minimum.
1 inch minimum below. Are we seeing anybody dealing with that on QAIs at all? Or anything where it's getting exposed?
Called out
Every time, yeah.
Okay, so if we are abiding by what our detail is calling out for, which is that 1 inch, we should be able to remove that from the QAI. It doesn't take away from it not needing to be neat and clean and orderly underneath there, right? If it's 4 inches on one side and a ½ inch on another side, that's different than if it's a clean straight line going across and we're meeting in the requirements of what we're showing on here. So we have our protector wrap that's behind our ledger board, and then we bolt a whole bunch of holes all through our ledger board, right? We need to provide a drip cap over top that ledger board, an escape route for that water to kick out over top of that ledger board so it doesn't get back behind it. That needs to be installed and then taped. So if we do it after the fact, after siding, what has to happen a lot of times is the deck contractor will have to come in and try to rip up that first course and try to pull that up and try to get it in and slide it in. It's usually not really applied correctly. So if we're able to order it miscellaneous, or we do it, the best way to do it would be attachment B, and we get it up front with our package, then they can set the ledger board and then we can ask the framer to install that resistant flashing. Does that sound good? So let's talk about, we had this opening. So yes, house wrap is up, right? So now we have to cut the house wrap. Framer comes in and has to set this window. What's the first step in setting this window? Sorry, what's your name?
Jackson.
Jackson. 6 months in, right?
Yeah.
Something like that? Have you been to the plant? Have you done a training? Seen anything?
Not at the one going now.
Do you know what the first step would be?
Put in frame.
1 year?
What?
1 year?
Yeah. So you gotta wrap the house, and you're gonna cut it, hold the wrap in, set the flange, nail it in, tape around it.
What has to be set before we install the window? We gotta have 12-inch sill flashing. Come on up.
Who knows?
So we have 12-inch sill flashing, right? This has to be installed on the sill first. Okay, it's gonna be 12 inches with a 2x4 wall. Our 2x6 guys, we're gonna have 14 inches. All right, and that's because we always have to remain 8 inches of unused sill material out here on the outside. Okay, so that's installed. How far does it have to go up in the opening?
You have to tuck it up and then
How much?
put it flat. 3.5 inches.
So we're looking for about 6 inches. I believe we call for 4 inches minimum. Okay, that will come up. 6 inches there, right? You got it. Okay, so they're gonna set the sill flashing. They're gonna roll this up on this leg here, 6 inches on each side. They're gonna overhang the rest of it here on this side. Okay, then we're gonna back caulk the window. We're gonna set the window in place. We're gonna nail the flange every other. Okay, now the window's in. What do we do?
Sides with the 3 inch and then the top.
Sides with the 3 inch, and then we need to do the top. Okay? This window's plant installed, it comes out. We're gonna check it on site when we get the panels and make sure that that tape's adhering well. It's not bubbling, it's not rolling, it's not coming off. It's installed in a shingle style fashion and it looks good, okay? Our framers are gonna help us out with that and make sure it's done right, okay? Then they're gonna go ahead, they're gonna cut this house wrap, they're gonna pull this house wrap back. They need to have clean cuts on this house wrap. Tight to the opening. This needs to come back and this needs to overlap onto this flange, and then they need to tape down so that it's tight on that flange and that overlaps. Okay? How did we do on our cut down here? Look, got a little crazy on the cut, right? Little overcut on the side. How about this part here? We do not want to disturb this 8-inch overhang in any kind of way, all right? What did we do here? They stapled it in place. Do we want to staple this? No, we don't want to staple this. Okay? With this overcut, and as they damage this, we've now created a void and an area for that water to get back here and to be trapped. Right? Like that. So it looks like they're cutting this down at this angle. This isn't terrible here. I'm not completely against it, but they need to shingle this. They need to tape this area first and then go up with that leg, okay? So that's actually a pretty good, fair, clean cut here. Tape that and then tape up your leg and you're good. What do we do with this? Siding guys, how are we doing with this?
What's that?
Are you interlocking this in with your siding?
I don't believe so. As far as pulling the backing?
Not pulling the backing. Nope, the backing should stay intact and we want to leave it loose. When you run your siding courses up, this should interlock in with our siding course.
So, right there, wherever we make that next side.
That way, any water that gets back behind here and comes here, we're providing it a channel out in through the weep holes of the siding. Reason why that's important is we use what's called integrated J-channel windows. Does everybody understand what that means? Okay, all of our windows have built-in J-channels to it. That's so our siding companies don't have to install J-channel all around our windows. So we've helped them out and we've shortened their installs. They can run that siding in and tuck it right into this J-channel that's already built into the windows. That water is diverted around that window. It's gonna come down, it's gonna hit that head, it's gonna come down into this side and it's gonna trickle its way down. Just providing that interlocking into that siding is gonna provide that way out. Okay? Before we had J-channel windows, you had a solid block on that window and your sider would come in and install their own J-channel around it, and that's how you upload it. It's holding our vendor, which is our plant, accountable to make sure that they're flashing that properly, make sure that we understand the process of it, and make sure we talk with our framers about how they need to be handled with the house wrap around it and the tape.